What's up, guys? Taint from Taint TV here, and this is more Plants vs. Zombies. This is like episode 27. We're going to try something a little bit new here, and I'm going to explain why it's new. So, I'm post-commentating this. That's something really new for me. I've never actually done it, and the reason I'm post-commentating is because it kind of got messed up for some reason. I don't know why it didn't record my audio. But the next two episodes, so this one and the next one, will be post-commentated, and it's just kind of how it goes. So, in this episode, I don't remember exactly what I bought here. I think I bought the 8th slot so that we have one more spot, so I hopefully don't forget to do stuff. This was also a very interesting mini game that they have. You break pots, and like the first row of pots you get you get a plant, and then you plant it, and then there are other zombies appear in other pots. It was a very interesting game, and the first time we did it, so I was very interested with it. I was very amused by it. It was different than the I call it the vending machine one because really, that's really what it is. Really. So, it was very interesting because it seemed like you could really screw yourself over if you broke a lot of pots at once. But you could also get screwed over if the plants weren't very good. But it seemed like you got, for this first wave of it, you got pea shooters and squashes, and in the second one right here, my mouse double clicked, so I didn't even get to read what that said. I do kind of mess up in this one, as you'll see. I was like, oh, I'll just break the pots and then go crazy, which it didn't turn out terrible, but it wasn't exactly good. I was like, oh shit. I should have probably stopped at one pot there, just kind of let the rest, just kind of broke other rows, because it gets kind of hairy here in certain situations, and then that happens, the stupid football zombie, which I still hate very much. They're really retarded. No offense to anyone, sorry. I usually don't say that word, or I don't cuss a lot in videos. So that's basically it for this level. It goes on for a little bit. These snow peas, they just don't do a lot of damage, especially to the bucket zombies. But then it's like they eat through regular zombies. It's very strange. I don't necessarily like that. More pots. So many pots. This one I kind of had a hard time with too. I did the same thing I did in that last wave, is I kind of got a little pot happy and just broke like a whole row of pots. And then they don't give you really useful ones either, like these hypno shrooms. And then I did that. I was just like, screw it, I'm just going to break the entire row. Which was a terrible idea, especially once I got the disco zombie, because what he does every so often is he summons more zombies up, and he continues that. He'll move, I believe, like 2 squares, summon zombies up, move 2 squares, summon zombies up, and then that one in the second to bottom lane, he's just going to dance all the way to the other end, which I find kind of strange that you could win by doing that, because I never really experimented with the hypno shrooms. So it was very interesting. I just let the bottom row go, just let the lawnmower do its thing. And I believe that also happens with the second row too, because there's just nothing I can do. You kind of get screwed over. And I believe I made a tumor joke. I was like, it's not a tumor, I'm a baby, or something like that. This is also a longer episode because I felt that 4 minutes and whatever seconds was just too short for an episode, so I did 2. I like throwing these in here. With the 8th slot, I hoped that I wouldn't forget anything, but knowing me, I ended up forgetting something, but I don't remember exactly what I did here. I think... Oh yeah, I chose the sea shroom for the water, but I didn't grab the split pea, which, as you'll see, was kind of a mistake on my part. It was really terrible to do because you end up having the new zombies in this is the mole zombie. And what he does is he burrows all the way to the back, and he'll attack your plants from behind. So the only way to counter that is either something that can shoot in multiple directions, a single shot zombie, or single shot plant like the squash or the cherry bomb or the split pea. So I didn't really have anything I could do here, so I ended up just having to let him take out different plants. It was really terrible, and you'll see as the level goes on, and I was actually getting quite frustrated with this, and I really shouldn't have because it was a stupid mistake, and I keep making these mistakes in the game. Which you think, oh, it's Plants vs. Zombies, it's a casual game, you can't really make mistakes, but I strive for a certain perfection in games. I don't care about playing pro, but I want to play at a certain level, and if I don't play at that level, I get kind of frustrated, because I expect a little bit more from myself than I should in video games, and I don't expect a lot from people either, so I expect highly of myself, but not of people. I pretty much just, it basically goes on to just spamming the little shrooms, I don't remember their names. And I believe this level I had a few problems with double clicking, which I still have not been able to fix. And I will eventually have to get a new mouse. I kind of went more for, because I had the puff shrooms or whatever, I went for more of the zero cost shrooms than the actual sun shrooms, which kind of bit me in the ass later on, but we beat the level. Spoiler alert. The thing with the mushrooms is whatever. They're very weak. They cost nothing and they're good filler, especially in the early part of the level, but they're very weak. So as soon as something gets up on them, unless you have stronger mushrooms behind them or more, then you're not really going to have a whole line of them. We unlock puzzle mode. I'll probably do the mini games at the end of the series. With the shrooms, that is kind of the point of them. They're very cheap, and you have to have something backing them up, or else you can have an entire line of them, and only 2 or 3 of them are actually going to be doing damage, while the rest just sit there because they have such a low HP. And here's the sun shroom, and for some reason I placed a scaredy shroom, like, oh, that'll do a lot. He frustrated me to no end. I was just like, screw you, minor dude. And he walks so slow too, so it's like you can't really do anything about him. And then I placed a sun shroom. I'm like, that'll help. I hesitated there because sometimes you can have them in the middle of the square and they'll still attack the plant. So it's like they're eating, it looks like they're eating the next square, but they're actually eating the square they're on. And it gets frustrating later on. But, like, I had the revelation as soon as the mole dude came up. I'm like, that's why they gave me the split pea. You think I would learn about 20 episodes in that when they give you a new plant, they give it to you for a reason. But I don't know, lately I've just, like, I'll play and I just make mistakes like that, like forgetting a lily pad, forgetting a split shroom, not grabbing tall nuts or anything, even though I wasn't able to use tall nuts because I didn't get my sun shrooms out fast enough. I'm talking about it like it's such a like strategic game. It's just Plants vs Zombies, but that's kind of what I do. Is I like the strategy of these games, and especially tower defense games, because there's so many different ways you can do it, and the series has kind of really proven that while one way might be optimal, you can still get by doing stupid stuff and making mistakes. And that's the same with any game, really. You don't have to play at Super MLG Pro level. You can make mistakes and still do well in a game. Games are there to be fun, and if you aren't having fun, then you're not going to do good in them. I tried so hard to get rid of that zombie. I just placed stuff, and I keep placing the stupid scaredy shooms. It's like they won't do anything once the zombie gets within two blocks of them. And we get the starfish, I believe. Yes, I don't remember its name. The star fruit. I was like, why is it a starfish? And then I forgot there is a fruit called the star fruit, which is supposedly delicious. Alright, till next time.